Hey guys, welcome into another episode of Believe in Eagles. I'm your host, Leigh Mayock, and apologies to anyone who's listening and not watching, but I need to show you guys something. Your girl has merch! Can you see it? It says Believe in Eagles with Leigh Mayock. White hat, green font like the Eagles. Like, are we obsessed or are we obsessed? I cannot get enough of it. Literally made my day, and you can buy them. I have merch. You can buy them. And they're so cute. Shout out to Lindsay and Lauren who designed it. They were so cute. And I immediately knew, I was like, Lindsay, a woman did this. Did you do this? Yeah, I was right. So Lindsay and Lauren, thank you so much. I'm obsessed with this. I'm only not wearing it during this episode because I have a lot of bronzer on. And I don't want to get it on there. But if you can see, Believe in Eagles with me. I am obsessed with myself. No, but I love these. I'll put a link up. Cups and Believe merch. Obsessed with it. Okay. So now that that housekeeping is done, I honestly it's crazy what one little thing could do. Yesterday, someone offered me. Well, they didn't offer me. I was buying a cup of coffee and they gave it to me for free. And you would have thought someone gave me a car. And now I have a hat and you would have thought someone bought me a yacht. Like, I'm obsessed. It's the little things, right? Okay, but so let's get into it. We have a lot to discuss because I feel like currently, last night, everything was fine. Vibes were high. I went to bed, no one was in a tizzy, everything was fine. I wake up and Eagles fans are freaking out and in a tizzy, and everyone's talking about it all because of one article. So here's the thing. Tim McManus and Jeremy Fowler wrote a really nice article, a really good article about Jalen and Nick and the Eagles, kind of retrospectively, but with some additional insight into the current situations and some changes that were made. And I think they did a good job of trying to show some positives, but overall, the reaction to it and my issue with everything is everyone else's reaction to it. Like, we are plucking and dissecting and redissecting and rehashing all these negatives that we've already been through. Jeremy Fowler was a beat reporter with the Vikings when I had my first job out of college as a PR intern. Just thought of that. He was doing his job on the beat, and I was like, hey, what kind of pizza do you want today for lunch? And I had to transcribe. Oh my God, transcribing pressers was insane. I actually ended up enjoying that whole process. So what it is the coaches and the players all have pressers, and and the beat reporters are there with tape recorders. And wow, I bet it's so much easier with AI now. But back then, I had to take my own little recorder, put on headphones, listen back to it, and type it up so that we can send it off to everyone, the world. Okay, that was a side note. Anyway, like I said, my issue is not with their article. They did their job, wrote an article. My issue is with what we're doing with the article, okay? I just feel like it's the Twilight Zone, and we're on a hamster wheel, and we're not. When I say we, I'm talking about Eagles fans. I'm talking about mass media. Everyone's going crazy, and there's no need to. We are sitting here and redissecting situations from last season that have already been addressed. It's not like we have nothing to talk about or nothing to hang our hats on right now. We just had 3 weeks of great training camp. Training camp couldn't have gone better. Jalen Hurts still hasn't even thrown an interception in training camp. Okay? Like I said, the vibes were high. Last night, one article is going to change that with information that we already knew about. There's no new information. There's no real new information. I think there's maybe some different insight. No new information. We should be riding high. Oh, and knock on wood about that not throwing an interception. Although I'm somewhat of the camp of I would like him to throw one to just get it out of the way so it's not first snap regular season in Brazil. You know what I mean? But okay. It's reminding me of reality TV. And you're like, Leigh, what the hell are you talking about? It gets so dangerous if we keep being baited by the same storyline that real people are involved in. Real wounds have started to heal and mend in real time back then. And now we are dangerously close to reopening those things. And at the worst time, we're going into a new season. So it's like in reality TV, they're living their lives and they're being filmed and they have issues and they address them head on while they're filming in the season. And then they get over them or they don't. But then once a couple months later, when the season airs, everyone and their mom and their second cousin has something to say about it on the internet. And then all of a sudden, the people that were already over this issue, were already over this drama, are back in the thick of it and maybe even worse. Because they thought they got over something, they heard something someone else said, they are seeing it in a new light because of the internet, and it's just a hot mess. And I've seen it time and time again on reality TV. I know that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what happens. And here's the other part of it. Like I said, it's not like we don't have good things to talk about right now too, or to focus on. And I know the internet and the media love to focus on negativity, but when I say we, I'm saying Eagles people, you and me, just let's let the noise dissipate and let's focus on what is good. Let's put this to rest. I never want to talk about last season and Jalen and Nick's tumultuous offensive situation ever again. And you know why? We could keep going back to it and it would be relevant if they didn't address their problems and make changes towards a solution. Like, have people never heard of conflict resolution? A lot of people have never been to therapy, and it shows, okay? Because even in the article, it's saying they had this problem, this problem, this problem. Okay, and then what happened? We literally fired the offensive defensive coordinators. We have new ones now. And guess what? The offensive coordinator has control over the offense. And guess what? Like the article said, that you only want to pull the negativity out from, Coach Sirianni has stepped back from the offensive things. He's not in every meeting. He's not having closed doors meetings with his quarterback. Kellen is running the offense, and Jalen's right there along with him. I mean, a multitude of steps have been taken to fix this. Coach Sirianni already said accountability. He took accountability. And it doesn't just sound like words. It sounds like actions were taken. And we can move the hell on, right? Like, it's crazy to me that that's what we're stuck on. The same shit that we already discussed an entire offseason. When changes were made. If no changes were made, I get it. Like, let's talk about this so we're blue in the face because something's got to give. But something did give. And these were grown men. They made changes. People were fired. Big changes were made. And now Jalen Hurts is having the best training camp of his life, according to everyone there. And according to this article, things are different. And like I said, conflict resolution is a real thing. We don't have to keep rehashing it. Like, positive steps were made. Like, can we just keep it moving? It's so annoying. And the drama, and again, you might think I'm crazy for relating to reality TV, but the drama that goes on with these teams and these men, worthy of a reality show. I mean, hello, Hard Knocks, obviously, but the fan interaction and the rehashing I really feel like I'm on Bravo. I honestly do when we go over this. But like I said, that article told us a lot of things. Most of them we already knew. There are so many more positives to focus on. Why aren't we doing that? And it's on us to do that. Right? Does that make any sense? And also, to be honest, guys, it is difficult to just talk to myself. Because I'm just going to agree with myself because I think I'm right. And I probably am repeating myself. It's just I don't understand why we have to go back and back and back. If changes were made, and they were. No. Okay. The other thing I took from that article, Jalen Hurts. Like, you cannot tell me a bad thing about that man. Okay. All I see is someone trying to better themselves at every step of the game and every step of the way. And I see someone who was probably frustrated that he is the master of his craft. And if he thinks that he can do something better to help the team or change something to help the team, all with the purpose of intent to win, that's all it's about for him is winning. If he felt like he wanted to take those steps and knew exactly what they could be to win, and he was being handcuffed a little bit and held back, that's infuriating. And I think I would rather have someone like that than someone that's just, okay, like if that's his problem. He wants to run this play. He's going to look like an idiot and we're going to lose. Like, I don't want someone with that attitude. I want someone with Jalen's attitude who wants the control, wants the decision making because he knows that he can do it better. And I believe it. I mean, for anyone to find something negative about him contacting Wink, the former defensive coordinator with the Cowboys at the time, blows my mind. Because all I see there is someone who literally is thinking of every single way to get better. Thinking outside the box to get better. Reaching out for constructive criticism. And who better than someone at the highest level whose job it just was to break you down and defeat you. I honestly think it's a brilliant approach, and I think a lot of people should take that out of his playbook. And for people to find something wrong with that is insanity. It's insanity. I was so impressed by that. And it's just like, you know what it makes me feel like? I just feel like he's like Mamba mentality, right? With everything he does. He just wants to win, and he's going to win, and he's going to be the best. No matter what you throw at him, no matter what situation he's put in, right? People are obsessed with the Mamba mentality until they come face to face with it. And then they realize that it's not just motivational quotes and taglines. It's like the hardest work of your life. It's completely alone. It's just sweat equity and endless, consistent pushing of yourself. Right? So everyone's obsessed with Mamba mentality until they find out what it actually is. And God forbid they find out what it actually is through a peer or a colleague, because then they're in defensive mode, right? Then they're like, I mean, why are you trying to push us like that? Like, stay in your lane. No, this is a team sport. Like, as he elevates, he wants you guys to elevate. It's again, I have nothing but nice things to say about Jalen Hurts. I appreciate the way that his mind works in like a football facet. And I hope he gets all the credit he deserves. It's also his birthday today. So can we just like chill? Can we chill out? Can we say, really appreciate that you, okay, no, I get it. Everyone was disappointed by last season. I get it. But again, why rehash it? We know that this man only cares about winning. That is someone I look at and I hear those things and I read those things and I say, thank God he is on my team. Thank God. I don't want to go up against somebody like that. Thank God he is on my team. Like, what can I learn from him? What can I do to make him better so that we all are better? So I really think that Coach Sirianni, it sounds like thus far, has also taken that approach. Like, thank God he is on my team. Let's work together. Let's elevate all of us. And it's the only way to do something like that. And again, thank God he is on our team. Okay. He also was named, the flag football ambassador for the 2028 LA Olympics. That's cool. It's a nice little birthday present, right? Okay. Anyway, all of that to say, I just really need everyone to calm down. We just had The Eagles just had an incredible training camp. Things are looking up. Let's just keep those vibes high. There is no reason to be backtracking, picking at old wounds. Nothing good will come from it. Can we just leave it? Can we please just leave it? Please. So anyway, good segue. Okay, so vibes are high in training camp. Let's talk about my favorite new Eagles employee that I just found out about. He's actually not new. He is going into his third season as the director of joy. Okay, he's a mini golden doodle who goes by the name of Reggie White Laurie, and I'm obsessed with him. I'm sure you saw him this week, wagging around at training camp. Spreading the joy. I want an interview with him immediately. I have so much to ask him. Wait, let me read you his bio. It's so cute. It's on their website. Watch this take me forever. I swear I had it pulled up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Reggie White Laurie enters his third season as director of joy for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a mini golden doodle who was named in honor of Pro Football Hall of Famer and Eagles legendary defensive end Reggie White. He serves as a fun and energizing playmate for players, coaches, and staff each day at the NovaCare complex. Reggie also provides support as the club's dog mentality ambassador, embodying a mindset that is preached by head coach Tik Sirianni to his players. Oh, he was born April 2nd, so he is an Aries. And that all tracks because he's fiery, competitive, and the dog mentality goes with competitive and fiery, right? So don't try to tell me the zodiac isn't around, okay? Okay. But anyway, I'm obsessed with this man, this dog, this little doodle. I would love an interview. I'm going to try to fit in all that. But and you're like, what? An interview with a dog? What do you want to know? I have so many things I want to know. Okay. So many things I want to know. I want to know, did he have to try out? Okay. Were there tryouts, or is he just a Nepo puppy? Which, no shade. We're pro nepotism to an extent at this podcast. Okay. I want to know who gives him the most treats. Is anyone afraid of him? Because we've all had some past traumatic experiences with dogs before, right? What? Oh, this is what I wanted to know. What does he do on game days? Is he there as a fan, or is he working? Is he on the clock spreading joy around the league? Because we probably all need it, honestly. And then does he travel for away games? Or is he a road dog? Does he wear cute outfits? Because like I said, I thought he was new. Third year in. I bet he has some cute outfits, especially for the cold weather. Anyway, Reggie White Laurie, if you're listening to this, I'm obsessed with you. I would love to have you on the pod. In person would be best, but we can make whatever work. Anyway, speaking of dogs, here's the other thing I want to talk about. Jason Kelce was at training camp this week, and I saw him too in Paris with a beret. That was so fun. But I couldn't tell from that shot, that angle that they showed him. But from the training camp angle, I realized that he's joining the ranks of the offensive lineman retirement glow up club. Okay. And this is something that I feel is not talked about enough. I think it needs to be studied. I need to know so much more about the whole process, but here's the thing. All these offensive linemen who played 1,000,000 years in the league at 300 plus pounds, and men, they actually have to try to stay heavy a lot of the time. So eating, pounding on your body, and then they retire and they lose weight like this. And it's not even skinny fat. Okay. They are chiseled, almost immediately chiseled. And Jason Kelce looked so good. I feel like he looks fit, trim, spry. So he's joining the ranks. And before you're like, what are you talking about? No, I thought of some people, and I need to know what they do and how they do it. So, okay, think about this. Sean O'Hara, David Deal, Joe Thomas, Brandon Brooks, former Eagle. Kyle Long, I put him there too. The Pouncey brothers. Jeff Saturday. Is there anyone else? Yeah, wow, that's a lot of centers, actually. But so if you don't know what they look like, what I'm talking about, go Google a picture of them playing and then currently, because the glow ups are unreal. And like I said, chiseled body, not skinny fat, and just looking looking in the prime of their lives, right? So, and then I was thinking about it. Why and how does this happen, and why is it so much time? Well, a lot of these guys went into TV after, or are going into TV, and so that probably has a lot to do with it. I'm sure they want to look good, fit in those cute suits and stuff like that. So that makes sense. And then, but it blows my mind because most of these, I would say 90% of them are also pre-Ozempic. So what are you doing? And how are you doing it? Is it just because you're men? Is it just because they're men? And they can my best friend Marissa, her husband, Brendan, he just gave soda up for 30 or 40 days or something. And he was like, Leigh, I'm down 10 pounds. And I was like, go F yourself. Cool. So I'm sure some of it is that, and they don't have to be constantly eating and keeping weight. But I just think there needs to be a study about it. And they can do this what I eat in a day. I would love for one of them to do what I eat in a day now versus prime playing times. I don't know. It's really impressive and I'm obsessed with it. And good job, Jason, for joining the club. And that's the other thing. They keep it off. They keep it off. Pre-Ozempic era. I don't know what it is, but I am obsessed with it. Congratulations to those men. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys about. So I don't have any cute Eagles gear anymore. So where are you getting stuff? What are we wearing this year? When we're with the Raiders, Erin Andrews' line, Wear by EA, love them. Their stuff is so good. And they really spoiled me. They sent me such cute stuff. I love them. I love, but mind you, this is all when I was with Raiders. So I don't know Eagles stuff that well anymore. Carl Banks's line, G3 Sports, I think. I really loved them. And then someone was just telling me, and this is why I was thinking about this for the pod, that Abercrombie has a good line of NFL stuff and all teams. And they said some of it was vintage, and the vintage stuff is my favorite. So if anyone's tried that, would you let me know? And also just let me know in the comments where you're getting cute stuff for this season. Even if it's a brick and mortar small business in Philly. I live in the city, so I would love to go shopping. That was important. I really want to talk to you guys about today. I did an Ask Me Anything too on social media, but most of your questions really revolved around my dating life. And I love you guys for that. I really do. I feel like you get me. I feel like you know me. I really appreciate it. So, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. All I'm going to say is that I have gone on a handful of dates recently with the same guy. And I don't do that often. I barely go on a first date. And the second date is not going to happen. Either I just don't like them, or I make something up in my head and then all of a sudden they're a bad guy. I don't know what it is. I'm working on it. I personally am in therapy. I do understand conflict resolution and, moving along, growing as a person, all that stuff. But we'll do another Ask Me Anything another time. And we won't focus on my dating life unless I have good stuff to tell you. And let us pray that I do. Oh, and just one last thing. I do have a special shout out. We have a new member of my Day One Girls group chat, Reese PC Maddox. Welcome to the world. One of my best friends, Leanne, just had a baby girl, Reese. Her dad works for the Eagles. He's what is his role? I think video ops manager, I want to say. Yeah, so that's Leanne's husband, Ryan. Congrats to him. And then Reese's aunt is Carly Panaccia, and she is the director of community relations at the Eagles. So Reese, welcome to the world. We love you. You're in great company. And yeah, welcome to the Philly fandom. All right. I will be back next week with another episode. I will link my new merch, and I'll talk to you guys later.